That's too much pressure, man.
Welcome, everyone, and welcome, doctors and Zosi. The American Psychological Association defines anger as an emotion characterized by antagonism towards someone or something you feel that has deliberately done you wrong. This was accessed May 5th, 2019. We all get angry, whether we like to or not. It is a human emotion and something we must learn to deal with. We here at Angry Anons have all dealt with anger and have become masters of the anger. Zosi here is a recovering angry person and has seen firsthand what anger has done to him. Understanding how to cope with various feelings will lead to a healthier approach to this human emotion that we all deal with. And we will now learn about anger, Zosi's struggle with anger, and then help Zosi by informing on how to deal with this anger physically and mentally, and the health effects it can have if he keeps on. Thank you, Zosi, for being here with us today and showing us that anyone is susceptible to anger, even a normal-looking guy like yourself. We will be passing around this remote. Do not talk if you do not have the remote. Please, Zosi, share your insight.
Hello. Okay. Oh, I just want to say thank you for having me here, all of you, for being here today. It's been a rough couple of months since this anger has taken over me. I got laid off of my job a while back, and everything just kind of turned downhill from there. Don't really know what to do now, so I'm just living at home by myself. It's fun because I'm by myself. So, thank you. So, I tried to figure out, what can I do to, cope with this and all this. So I found an interesting site, very intelligent people on BuzzFeed, and they told me a lot of good things. I've asked this on May 5th, before they shut down my electricity because I couldn't afford to pay the bills. So I kind of followed their steps by steps, and it all kind of worked out pretty well. I kind of just stayed at home the entire time. I didn't really want to go outside. I kind of just sat there eating food, watching TV, watching rich people do rich things while I'm out here, I'm about to be evicted by my apartment, so that's great. The only thing that I have going for me right now is my girlfriend at the time, and I used to always love this phone because she would always call me, but then I realized she was going back with my, ex-boss, so I don't know how to deal with that. I don't even want this. Just take it, okay? I don't want that phone. I don't want anything, all right? Yo, don't touch me. You're the one that said cease and desist. You gave me the cease and desist form, all right? What am I supposed to do? You know what I think about the form right here? You see this? It's all you, okay? Everything is just not going as I planned, all right? I could be a millionaire. I could have money. I could have been with my girlfriend. But no, she left me with my boss, and my boss comes back, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. It's not my fault. You didn't have money. Well, I would have had money, Dwayne, if you just gave me that promotion. And I could have been anywhere in the world. I dropped out of college just to get there. I couldn't even afford college, right? I'm glad I'm not in college, so I wouldn't end up like any of you losers who spend 8 years of your lives wasted. What do you even do, okay? What do you all do other than talk here and tell me that I have problems?
All right, Zosi. Pass the remote. Thank you for sharing that heart-wrenching story. Now, would you like to join us? Now we're going to teach you on how to deal with that anger that's a bit too close. Dr. Steve, would you like to enlighten Zosi on serious issues that anger can lead to?
There are certainly some very serious issues here. Now, obviously, as we can see by our recovering angry person, anger messes with your mind. Also, can mess with your body physically. according to a 2012 article written by WebMD, accessed May 1st of 2019, there was a 10-year study conducted in England on groups of angry people and physical health effects that resulted. Now, in this study, one of the first observations they made was that even slight levels of stress leads to significant loss of sleep and concentration. Now, instead of getting your good night's sleep, you're laying there thinking about your ex or the job that you lost. I know it's tough, man, but dealing with your anger, it'll be better in the end. Not only this, anger often leads to some seriously unhealthy behaviors. Many people involved in this study who were seen as very angry, they were seen to have increased engagement in risky behaviors such as excessive drinking and smoking. Now, also in this study, people who reported mild levels of stress, which I can tell you're more than mild, they were found 29% more likely to die of heart disease or stroke in this 10-year period. Also, people who reported moderate to high levels of stress, which I think you're closer to there, were seen 43% more likely to die of any cause over the course of this study. Pretty staggering statistics. So dealing with your anger can do more for you than you might think.
Thank you, Steve, for enlightening us on the health effects and making us more knowledgeable on the effects. Dr. Justin, how would we go about coping mentally?
Well, there's a number of different things you can do, but the key point of all this is getting your anger under control. The first step to all of that is getting your mind under control. So if your mind is just running off with all these thoughts, you're never going to be able to get over it. It's just not going to stop. According to an article published by the American Psychological Association, accessed on May 1st, 2019, mentally coping with your anger is the first step, and the very essential step to bringing your anger under control before it controls you. Developing coping strategies such as changing your thoughts, moving on from whatever you were thinking about, that's the base of everything here. And then other tactics such as deep breathing, it shows that slows down your heart rate, and that can keep you from being angry. Because when you're angry, chances are, as we saw with our recovering angry person, his heart rate was very elevated. Steam was coming out of his ears. I don't know if any of you other guys saw it, but I did. It's not good, man. Not good. And then some other things you could do, you could just picture different scenarios which make you happy, such as being home. Maybe that doesn't make you happy, but for some people it does. Being in literally wherever. Anything that makes you happy, if you picture that in your mind, your angry thoughts will leave your head. You'll be happy again eventually. It takes time, but it'll happen. And something else you can also do. Any situation that may make you angry, you can just take a whole different approach to it mentally. Say you go into something, you know it's gonna make you upset. Don't think of it that way. Go in there with a positive outlook. Chances are the situation will turn out to be a lot more positive than you first thought.
Well, thank you, Dr. Justin. But sometimes we don't believe that we can be so mindful. So, Dr. Stoley, would you like to tell us how we can cope more physically?
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Nate. So Zosie, I think that something you need to do is seek resolution for what is kind of stressing you out and look towards ways that you can really express yourself away from all these stressors. And good ways to do that are hobbies. I mean, you could do yoga if you wanted to. And as Dr. Justin mentioned, breathing exercises can also be very good in keeping you calm. I also do recommend to all my clients exercise. So according to a 2016 Healthline article written by Robin Medell, accessed May 6, 2019, regular physical activity can relieve tension, anger, anxiety, and even mild depression. And in addition, exercising can give you time to consider your electric bill and jobs and what you can do to actually fix those problems. And plus, it exhausts your energy, so you aren't as destructive as you were earlier, maybe. Speaking of destructive behavior, generally it's not a very good way of coping with things long term.